Back to $2 Garage. Today, found another honey hole yard, and it's already looking pretty good. This is the GM section. This one's gonna be quick. I only have an hour. So we have a lot of GMT 400, Cavalier, and to me, based on the distance, that looks like a Pontiac 6000. These Skylarks don't exist anymore. Another Katera. Again, you don't really see these. They didn't sell these too often. Too many. This is a Eurosport. We have an F-body over there, an F-body over here. This one's a Firebird. That's a little roached. Here's this Camaro. Correct way to say it is what's left of it. Here, another V6 Camaro. Now what we're here for, he's here for a 5-speed T5 from a 4.3, but let's just see what else is around. Just chilling. We have the Grand Prix Special Edition. I don't know what special edition it is, but it is a special edition. Another Lumina Z34, another Trans Am. Heading up to my people, the imports in the Ford section, but Geo Metros, Fiat 500s, Random Golf Club, of course. Another Geo Storm. That's a Geo Storm. Yeah, there's a Geo Metro convertible. This place is neat. We got Fieros. I'm barely into the import section and have no time, which is fantastic. Fox Body Mustang. More 60s Mustangs. There's an SN95. Here's what's left of a Fox Body. Ford. Saturn. What is that doing here? Twin cam Saturns. Festivas. Lots of fun stuff. Probably the crowning jewel of all of this is over here. Yes, your eyes do not deceive you. That is an XR4 Ti. Here's what I've ever seen in the junkyard. We're just into the Euro section. We have 3 XJ6s. Here's an Eclipse. So LS400. Miata. Acura Legend. Which is a legend. That thing is a little roached. This is our Miata. Let's get a yonder at this one. A little worn out. There's a Daewoo over there, which didn't last long. Mitsubishi Montero. It's clean for Mitsubishi, they love to rust. We have looks like an 80s Range Rover. I'm actually here looking for a 90s Volkswagen. Is that a 3000 GT? Oh, yes it is. What are we looking at? Okay, I really should be turning around, but I see pop-up headlights. So what is it? Appears to be 240SX. Could I be wrong? I very well could be. It's an Eclipse. Here's a first gen Mitsubishi Eclipse, which are not exactly common anymore. An Alpha 164. These are really cool to see. They sold for no time in this country. So there is a first-gen Miata, first-gen Eclipse. I would show you that, but there's this very nice Dodge Caravan, and well, right next to the Dodge Caravan is this 944. We're at the trip. That's broken. And I also got that piece too. Okay, so I'm pulling off that trim piece, pulling off this. I'm gonna fix that DMTL, DME, and fuel rail, mirror. I'm just gonna keep pulling parts off this. I can't get the timing cover today. I forgot it's not a 19. I'm gonna get some parts off that Porsche, and he will continue to entertain you with random stuff and probably embarrass me, but that's okay.
Hey, look at that. It's too wicked. Carl's gonna get you. You are currently observing the peak of automotive design. The Chrysler PT Cruiser Convertible. Just look at the lines on this thing. Not one good one. It is a late model too, which is pretty nice though. Look at that. Differentials are bulletproof on these, I can tell you that. Eagle Summit. Look at that. You never see these things. Oh, come on. Why is this in here? I mean, I know why it's in here. They're crap. But still, look at that. Eagle Summit. Here we see the majestic Frog Van. The Plymouth Voyager, I'm gonna guess. And these come standard with photos of ugly people and pills. Yo, 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 what's up? Today, we're gonna show off the camber on my Caravan. Look at that. That's gonna get all damn at the car meet. Look. Woo! Well, there's a ton of these second gens here. I'm shocked. What is this one? A Voyager? This one might be a Chrysler. Actually, I'm not going by the steering wheel ring because they're usually wrong. I'd put a Chevy one on my Rolls Royce. So we'll go by the back. It is a Caravan, okay. So it's right for once. I see a very sad midget down there. Look at that. We gotta go check that out.
Here we see a sad Miata. Wow, those tires are bald. This is kind of cool. Subaru Baja. You never see these in junkyards. First up, we have this Veloster Turbo. Briefly looked at this last time I was here. It is a stick shift, and these are actually pretty nice seats. Here's what I believe in the UK was called a Freelander. That was the nickname. They were junk. Surprised this is in here so soon. That's a fairly new Durango. I've already seen that Miata. There is an LS400. Here's a Toyota Celica, thanks to the I think it's the homologation specials being imported now. These are worth something. And Scotty Kilmer. It's a manual, a minor 215,000 miles. Oh, this screams automotive madness. Gotta get that fake mink. Because you own a LeBaron. '90s Audi. Yeah, it's trashed as always. It's an A6. That is a nice view. And the rest of this is just Dodge trucks and minivans. I have not gotten to that one yet, but that looks like a Mark 6 Golf. Let's see what it's got. It's not a GTI. That's unfortunate. There's a Pulsar NX over there. Don't you need parts for these? These are complete.
Does it have this?
Another Pulsar NX. Again. It's a coupe. Automatic. This is rare. This is called Toyota van. I've only seen one before. And it's the truck of choice for Middle Eastern organizations going through alternative banking means. The Toyota pickup truck. This is a truck that no longer exists here because they all rotted out. This is an Isuzu Pup. And there's the Isuzu Trooper over there. Both brands are, of course, non-existent anymore. Let's look at this. I think this is another Trooper. It is. This is your Golden Goose, yes?
Yeah. T5?
91 S10. 94. That is a 4.3 V6. What is this going in?
Silver Shadow Mark II.
Yeah, that's when you're putting the 4.3 in too. Ooh, yes. It's quite evident that the 4L60 has struck again, which is why this is here. GM truck, yes.
That is so weird.
That is so fancy.
How it slides out.
3.4 liter.
Well, today we are at Achey's in Schuylkill Haven, Pennsylvania. Right now, my buddy here is ripping a T5 out of a two-wheel drive. What was it, Steve? 90...
Well, 94, I think.
90... 90... No, they didn't go to 94.
They got a 94? It's got 94. Never mind. It's got 94 written on it somewhere. I think someone messed with it.
Maybe. I think it's a... Yeah, it's probably a 93 when we were running the bin on it. Or a 90... I forget at this point.
Is it the guy with the van?
Yeah, it's the guy with the van. Then... motor insurance together. There we go.
Alright.
It's out. Beautiful 4.3 with that amazing T5. Still gotta find me one of them.
I gotta get one of those grinders.
Hey,
All
T5.
right. There we go.
Let's go.
That's awesome.
Damn, he just handling that thing.
We're gonna lift up on
So what do you like here?
everything.
It's got louvers,
It's got the window cowl.
turbo. We have one, but depending on the price, maybe worth grabbing that intake. What do you think about the interior?
Turbo winds a little bit. Interior looks shot. But the dash looks good. Dash is better than the one we have.
I may grab that.
Yeah, well, we gotta get with it.
I'm gonna go run down this way, see if there's anything else. I'm pretty sure it's all trucks. So the first thing I notice is we have a Ford Fusion. These are pretty common. It's a stick shift. These are not easy to find. Believe that is an old GMC in the corner over there. This appears to be mostly trucks. Let's see what else they have. Auto Magic. Automatic. Added sync one. Here's another Focus hatch. That is this. Crap, I need a hood. This must have had sync 2 because it's gone. That looks like a Grand Marquis P71, or at least a government Crown Vic. Here's a New York cab. And this is a probe. Is it a GT? Well, it is an automatic. And it's just a normal probe. This cab was just broken in. 216,000 miles. A very nice F-150. It's 23 inspection too. That's a shame. Late 80s Thunderbird. 90s MN12. Another 90s MN12. And a Mercury Capri, which has definitely seen better days. That is an escort wagon. Pretty neat. And I believe this is a Fairmont wagon. It looks too big to be an escort. Lots of tempos. Another P71. Okay, that decal's pretty cool on that probe. Lincoln LS's. What would be really cool to see is if one of these, you could get this with the V6 and a manual. They're just really hard to find. This probe has the cool chrome wheels, and they're not delaminated, which is incredibly rare. It's mainly just a bunch of expeditions and exploders, but this got my attention. And it's a Woody. Yep, someone took it out already. That's a neat gold. I personally have a soft spot for these. These are the Freestars. They are station wagons. And my first real daily driver was the 500, which was the sedan version of this. I'll cut over to the one right over there. Yes, this is it. I had one of these in light green. Lasted 300,000 miles. Actually, it was this color right here. That's well, if the red one's crap, we at least got a wing. Let me grab the nuts before you forget them.
Yeah, just pile them up.
Apparently this 85.2 is a non-ABS car, which is slightly disappointing. Let's see if there's anything else interesting. That Caravan is a sport, which means there is a slightly higher, above 0% chance that it is a stick shift. It's probably not. Yeah, it's automatic. We have a cassette though. Oh, that's going in the Porsche. So what'd you get so far?
I got piles of stuff over there.
Engine cover, dash trim stuff.
We got instrument cluster. We got gauge bezels. We got gauges.
This will get fixed. I don't have that at all. And I pulled this from a Lexus for the Porsche. Maybe pull the amp.
I'm getting to it.
I gotta go. I have to go get a 4th gen F-body window motor. We'll replace our worn out switch. I'm not taking everything. These cars are very hard to find, and I'll let the other people have their shake at it. This is a spare. I don't know if our cluster works. I am going to sell this display, but this casing is cracked, and this is broken in our car. Burb. Now, I believe this is the truck that the 2.8 came from. No, it didn't. So this is kind of ugly. This is the Mercury Cougar from early 2000s. It's supposed to be the 3rd gen probe if they had made one. This is actually rare. That means it is a V6 manual. Not many of these were made. And we have another manual Fusion. Well, I'm not trying to spend a whole lot of money right now, so that is unobtainium XR4 Ti stuff.
For $100.
For $100. The wing is probably worth $100, so good day, good day. And I'm hungry, so there was some stuff I wanted, but I'm really hungry. So we'll end the video there. I'm gonna throw the yard in the description. It's worth a visit. Go check it out, even if you just want to see some cool cars that are non-existent on the road anymore. All right, we're gonna go to Cabela's and look at a bunch of dead animals. Hopefully they have some food there. That would be nice. Animals. That's a big trout. Where? Huh. He's just chilling. Hey, what you doing? So how was your Rutter's burger?
Rather go to Sheets.
Hey, look, it's either a Mark 1 or a Mark 2 Jetta.